There are 535 people whose job it is to preserve the Constitution, and he is one of them. In his heart and in his head, in his character and in his intellect, in what he has done and in what he will become, the Thomas Jefferson of our day, Ron Paul, is one of us.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the only presidential candidate who wants to secure America's borders. Double the size of the Navy, double the size of the Coast Guard. Secure America's borders. The man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Ron Paul, the next president of the United States.
My motivation, my goals has always been to promote liberty, believing that's what made America great. If we want prosperity, if we want peace, we understand what the cause of liberty is all about. And we have to understand that a free market system and sound money gives us the prosperity. And it also is the humanitarian program, because once you get into the welfare state and the socialist state, it all backfires. So if you care about people, you believe in liberty, that's what made America great. That's what I want to
Ron Paul, a veteran with a plan to keep America secure. Protect America by securing our borders and rebuilding our defenses. Not by acting as the world's policeman, spending trillions nation-building overseas. The Paul plan for security? Start protecting America's borders. Stop wasting American money. Ron Paul, restore America now.
I'm Ron Paul, and I approve this message.
Congressman Ron Paul is running for president in 2012. This 12-term Republican congressman is known as Dr. No for standing up and saying hell no to big government. He's staunchly opposed to America's myriad of undeclared violent and costly wars. He's a proponent of sound money, and he's as furious as I am at the Federal Reserve for destroying the value of your dollar. And he's brave enough to fight the welfare and the warfare state no matter the political fallout. He's never voted to raise the debt ceiling, and he demands, like you and I, that the government balance its books, just like you and I do. Why do you want to be president of the United States?
Actually, I want to be president, not for the things I want to do, for the things I don't think we should do. Because I don't want to be a president that continues the policing of the world. I don't want to be a president that wants to run your life. And I don't want to be a president that's in charge of the economy. I think that's my main goal, is to show that liberty works and big government doesn't. So therefore, I would want to have less power, not more power.
I've never voted for a tax increase and never will, and everybody knows it, because I'd like to get rid of the income tax, and I don't even want to replace it with anything. I want the government to be shrunk in size. If we get rid of the income tax, we'd still have as much revenue as we had 10 years ago, and we lived up until 1913 without an income tax. The whole point is, why is our government so big? Why are we policing the world? Why do we have a runaway welfare state? And why is our dollar crashing?
Of every dollar that an American earns, how much do you think he or she should be allowed to keep?
Well, I didn't get to answer it. I'm delighted you asked the question, because my answer is 100%, because I don't believe in the income tax. It's a bad system of collecting revenues for the government. I am Congressman Ron Paul. I've been elected to the Congress 12 times from Texas. Before I went into the Congress, I delivered babies for a living and delivered 4,000 babies. Now I would like to be known and defend the title that I am the champion of liberty, and I defend the Constitution. Thank you.
It was between 1972 and 73, but it was still a lot of prejudice around this area. My wife was sick, and I was trying to get some attention for her. Nobody came to check. They just left her there. Well, I believe I was left there because of the difference, me being black and her being white, and Every time I would say something to the head nurse, she would get pretty upset. And then she finally called the Freeport Police Department, said I was harassing her. And I mean, I didn't know anything to do. Well, then Ron Paul come to my rescue. He just stepped in and went to work with my wife. And after he seen her, I'd say no more than 10 minutes later, she had a stillborn boy child. And he said as far as the bill, he would take care of everything, which he did. I never got a bill from the hospital or anything. And he was a doctor of medicine, and that's what he was doing, was practicing medicine, and it didn't matter who and what and why. He was doing it because he think of one human being just as much as another one. He's just an honest man, and that's something we need now in this day and time. It's a lot of politics and no honesty. When you have honesty, well, people will try to do anything to blot you out. And that's what they will try to do to him, is blot him out, because he will be honest. And they need more like him.
What's up with these sorry politicians? Lots of art. When it's showtime, whimpering like little shih tzus. You want big cuts. Ron Paul's been screaming it for years. Budget crisis? No problem. Cut $1 trillion year one. That's trillion with a T. Department of Education? Gone. Interior, Energy, HUD, Commerce? Gone. Later, bureaucrats. That's how Ron Paul rolls. Want to drain the swamp? Ron Paul. Do it.
I'm Ron Paul, and I approve this message.
So, punk, you still think Ron Paul's unelectable?